All right, guys, welcome back. Monday, it is not the Pocket Change Market Report. Boy, that's how frequently I do that report. No, this is the Monday Market Report for the week ending October 1st, 2023. So this is all of the auction activity that ended up concluding yesterday as of October 1st. I needed to clarify that a little bit because some folks had said, well, it's the second of the month. So, well, what is this? No. This is all auction activity from greatcollections.com that ended as of yesterday. All right. So, if you guys are not aware, greatcollections.com is probably the biggest online auction house to date. All right. That deals specifically with anything numismatic related, coins, currency, tokens, world coins, you name it. So they are kind of like that go-to spot for a lot of the more accurate market information, which we are about to talk about today. So generally with the Monday Market Report and not the Pocket Change Market Report, we talk a lot about post-1900 modern era graded coins, all right, which has been increasing in popularity over the last, I would say, 4 or 5 years, since right around the beginning of the pandemic. And even though we're well beyond that phase of our life, the market continues to plug along. A lot of new collectors coming into the hobby. What we've seen here recently is a huge influx of much younger people with indisposable amounts of income that are also joining into this tier list of collectors. So that's great to see. It's great to see a much younger audiences. I'm telling you guys, if you guys go to coin, it kind of tells a lot about the change in direction of where the hobby's going to. This is no longer an old man sport like people have talked about for years and decades. No, the sport, this collectability or collectible sector of the market has gone a lot younger, and that's cool to see. And that's something that I was hopeful that we would see a lot more of, and sure enough, we are seeing that to this day. So again, every single coin talked about today graded by like PCGS, NGC. Sometimes we'll have the occasional Annex graded coin in there as well. So we're going to see what has been selling, what's hot, what's trending right now, and all that great stuff. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. I know you guys like this video a lot, and it's one of my older series I do every time, the same time every week. We do have a little bit of a calendar of events, all right? Due to popular demand, time to bust my butt, wrapping up more of these rolls of unsearched wheat cents. I'm going through eliminating my inventory that I've been sitting on for the better part of the last 5-6 years of wheat cents. And usually I hold on to these so that way I could cherry pick through them. And I think I'm moving off with this part of my life. I have over 60,000 cents in my holdings currently, and we need to eliminate through it. So we are going to go ahead and do part 2 after a very robust and very, very successful part 1 this past Tuesday. We're going to go ahead and double down with another edition of this tomorrow. All right, October 3rd, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I ended up juicing a lot of the rolls because the rolls just went way too much, compared to what I feel like they might be worth. So a lot of people that are going to be getting in their rolls from last Tuesday, they're going to see quite a nice little selection of extras in there that's going to fill in the valuation. And then we have on Friday the pre-Vegas coin party. All right, so me and my wife are heading to Vegas. She's going to do her thing. I'm going to be going to the Nevada Coin Show, which is being held in Las Vegas. In addition, we have the Wifey Hubby competition. So we ended up going to the Sacramento Coin Show here over the weekend, and with $200 a piece, and it's real simple. We went and bought coins that we are going to auction off this Friday. And the one that makes the most amount of money off of what they bought The loser will have to take a coin valued at around $100 and give it away on that stream on Friday, October 6th. A little bit of a change. We are actually going to be doing this stream at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 7 p.m. Eastern because our flight leaves a few hours after the stream ends. So I had to dial it down 1 hour. I might do another half hour, but as of right now, we're holding tight with 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. So come check it out. If you're brand new to Whatnot, by the way, feel free to come on by and sign up. You could use the referral link that I'll have down below in the description box. If you use that, you'll gain $15 in store credit that you could use immediately. It's a great savings, and a lot of people have saved some money buying not only stuff from me, but other folks as well, selling on the platform. It's become one of my favorite resale platforms. Bar none. I've been using it a lot more than eBay, and that tells you a lot. The auction space has changed quite a bit, and Whatnot has firmly held on to this comfortable lead, along with other places that do similar types of services. So come check things out. We got a couple really nice shows, and thank you guys for all of your support with Whatnot. All right, so we're going to go ahead and drop right in. Now, we are going to have our fair share of what we call registry set coins. All right, now I'm not going to dwell too much into them as we get to the coins that fall under this criteria. But for the most part, registry set really is just a compilation of coins, all graded, of course, generally at the highest grade level. It's a points-based system held by PCGS or NGC. And it's all for bragging rights. And the folks that generally collect into assembling some of the higher grades of these coins will end up paying not only a lot of money for them, but they're going to have some relatively tight pops at the top there. So the first one we have here is the 2010 Denver Lincoln Shield set. This one ended up graded as a Mid-State 67 red. Kind of hard to believe that, this is like one of the top tier grades of this particular coin. Denver struck examples of most modern coins are generally very well struck. So you are going to get a lot better condition, a lot better grade, a lot better looking coins that bear a Denver mint mark than the Philadelphias. So I'm surprised that, it's not a Mid-State 68 that's on this list here today. But to give you some perspective, this one coin right here sold for $1,518.75. Wow, that's a lot of money for a coin that is just over a decade old. These things are still very new to us, ever since the changeover of that reversed design. So we're all thinking that this is still a very young series, since that changeover back in 2010, which this is the first year of this reverse. So good to see, again, registry set material here all day long. Next one that we have here, I guess you can make the argument that this is another registry coin. There's actually a few of them back to back here from the 1950s, but these are by no means the finest grades of these dates. Like the 1958 you see here, I'm almost certain that there is a Mid-State 68, and that's through PCGS. So those coins eclipse the $10,000 mark from what we've seen in the past. This one, however, NGC graded this one as a Mid-State 67 plus full red, and it also is cross-certified with CAC, and that's what that green sticker is there on the slab. So this one right here, much like the previous coin, sold for $1,518.75. Again, more of a registry set application than anything else. I wouldn't dare invest in coins like this because of the volatility at the top, with more coins constantly being graded every day in the modern realm of things. This is something that could drop in value pretty quickly as more of the same grades hit the market. And another one here, 57D. Although I like this one a little bit more compared to the 58 that we just looked at. And it's in Denver, so that says a lot there to the quality of the coins. Again, NGC graded this one a 67 plus full red, and a very sharp example. This is what I call like a second tier or a tier 2 type coin. It's not the finest grade, but if you need one as a place marker, this one works. This one sold for $1,323. Again, not the finest grade, and a very delicate pricing structure on these. I could see these dropping in the future. And 56, albeit it's a Philadelphia. Most of the Philadelphia coins of the 50s are very tough, so they will generate a little bit more interest and more auction activity. This one right here, again, we have quite a bit of NGC graded coins this week. Have no fear, NGC, a very trustworthy grading company. This one is a mid-state 67 plus full red example, and this one sold for $2,025. So very nice one here too as well. 53D, again, another registry set anchor, and this one, NGC graded this one as a mid-state 67 plus, full red, CAC certified as well, and it's Denver, not really a really tough date by any stretch. Again, you're going to go through a lot of coins, and generally these are found in BU rolls for quality, and you're going to end up going through many hundreds of these in the hopes of finding one that looks as clean as this. So this one sold for $2,531.25. And one of the more explosive listings this week is this 1948S. Now, this is a very clean coin, but don't let the mint mark fool you. San Francisco crafted some really nice coins during the 1940s. And you'd be hard-pressed to find any of them that look crappy. Unlike Philadelphia and Denver minted coins of this decade, which, they can be a little bit suspect, but San Francisco, I've seen nothing but good-looking quality pieces from this decade. Another NGC graded piece. We're seeing more of these NGC holders. Mid-state 68 red, and you could just simply tell the difference between this and the previous coins we looked at. This one looks way better. $4,227.75 was the final auction hammer on this one, and I feel like a broken record because we talk about a lot of premier 1940s Lincolns lately, and we could add yet again another one to that list. And the final, I would say, cent on the list is this 1937D. Wow, I mean, stunning coin, great surfaces. It has kind of like that very nice satiny fields on there, very crisp strike. Those wheat stalks on the reverse look very nice, and you have fully separated lines. There's no die cracks. This is a really, really crisp looking strike right here. So PCGS this time around grabbed a hold of this one and signed it a mid-state 68 red. Again, that's another just beast of a grade for this type of coin. And because of that, this one ended up selling for $7,322.62. These don't pop up too often, but with enough searching, you could probably find one as nice as this. All right, now we're on to nickels, and the first coin is one that represents a microcosm of this particular short set, and that is silver manganese era war nickels from 1942 to 1945. I have noticed a trend. Prices on all of these coins across many grade levels that sell online on great collections on eBay and various other places, they are selling for more money than they used to as recently as 12 months ago. All right. I think this particular series is catching up in popularity to the 1943 steel cents. The steel cents, my friends, you find one that's in nice enough condition, can end up being a huge moneymaker. And because of its unique composition and, it's a World War II a feel-good story, I don't know if you call it a feel-good story, but it's a coin with a lot of history tied in. As you know, they rationed, a couple very marquee type of metals during this time for the war efforts. Copper is one of them, and then nickel as well. So they have to, on the fly, come up with these alternative metals. Okay, so on the nickels, they used silver and manganese, which makes up 35% of the alloy for the coin. And that in itself popularizes this coin because of that change in composition and what it meant to America during that time period. Now, this one is more of a coin that obviously you don't find too often, with this beautiful kind of like green yellow tone to it. This is a very attractive piece. Most of the ones you do come across have that nice bright white silvery color, and sometimes they'll have some of the milky white kind of toning to it, which is quite normal for them. But again, toning looks really nice on these because of that silver component. These tarnish in a completely different way than just regular nickel does on anything post 1945. As we know, it's nickel and copper, kind of combo composition after that point. So this 44D NGC graded as a mid-state 68 with 5 full steps, and boy, those steps are really hammered on this one. This one ended up selling for $1,379.25. I could only imagine that if this was in PCGS plastic, if it had a plus designation, which I believe is the top pop for a 44D, this thing could get very explosive. But such a great coin with that different composition. It's got the toning, and it's hard to find affordable war nickels in mid-state condition these days that look great. So very nice sale here. Glad to see one with a little bit more character. All right, and it's all Buffaloes. We just had that one lone Jefferson. So we have a pretty big variety, and one that is still very cherry pickable to this day. And that's the 38D over S Buffalo. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these were held onto in very nice mid-state grades, right? Because it was that bridge year between the end of a very popular design. Now, at the time, it might be different. I think people were just really looking forward to this new wave of presidential geared toward type of coins, the Jefferson nickel. And, people did save these as kind of like a symbolism, like, it's the end of an era. The Buffalo nickel to this day is one of the more highly collected pieces out there, series-wise. And in the final year, there's a bevy of really cool varieties. There's RPMs, all right, which there were a few of them that did sell here over the weekend. And then there's this one here, which is the over mint mark D over S. So very cool coin. I love this one. I've cherry picked quite a few of them during my time in all varying grade levels. NGC assigned mint state 68 on this one, and it sold for $3,825. Again, a coin that is very cherry pickable because a lot of these are still raw in high mint state grades. Oftentimes you're going to end up spending about $35 to $50 on a raw mint state one. So why not make one that is a variety? All right, and this is one of the big ones right here. Here's a 1927D, a very tough year. All right, 1920s branch mint coins, anything Denver, San Francisco related. They're rare in mint state grades, especially if you're trying to find one that's raw. Good luck with that, by the way. PCGS gave this one a mint state 65 plus, and that's almost kind of like the kind of grade that is next to impossible to achieve on these. CAC certified as well, and this one sold for $5,611.50. All right, and then we have a 37S. Not a tough date by any means. You can find these again raw in mint state condition for around $100 or so. But you better find one that is really clean, void of any sort of contact marks or nicks or a weak strike. This one looks good, by the way, and it's got some kind of nice toning all throughout. Nothing that's crazy, but subtle enough that it gives this one that original skin you're looking for. NGC Mint State 68 this time around, and it's sold for $5,969.25. Just a very strong sale price. And we also have a 36P. My goodness, this is like one of the more common dates. NGC assigned a Mint State 68 on this one as well. Just again, probably best suited for a registry set, and Buffalo Nickel registries are very hot right now. So this one right here, I wasn't the least bit surprised when this one sold for $4,726.12. And one of the bigger coins of the week, 1934. All right, this one is a lot tougher than it looks. They are one of the rarities in this kind of grade level. PCGS Mint State 67 plus, CAC certified. It's Gold Shield, which means there is a true view out there on PCGS's website. You can look at this one and see what it looks like on those photos. A stunner, you know, and this one sold for $11,925. Call me crazy, but you know, this is something that you could possibly find out there in the wild. Not necessarily in change, but if you're an avid show goer or you like to go to a lot of coin shops, you know, there are some dealers out there that just don't, you know, care too much about the grading scene, let alone registry sets. So that does give a little bit more opportunity for those folks that are looking to, you know, cash in on these. We did have a few dimes, no rosies, but how about a few Mercury dimes? We have a 1945 Micro S. So this one has the very small San Francisco mint mark. NGC graded a Mint State 67 plus full bands on this one. Beautiful looking coin. I mean, I love these. And this one right here sold for $4,250.25. And if you like color, then this one has it. 44D this time around. Very common date. So the key is finding one, you know, with this level of toning and a really sharp strike. Mint State 65 full bands in an old first generation OGH, old green Rattler, CAC certified as well. This thing has a lot of things going for it. The toning really push this one above and beyond, and it sold for $1,404. Not the highest grade. It's about 3.5 points away from that. And here's the 44P. With, again, more of that toning that people do love. Nice pastel, not offensive at all. It's very suitable to you know, a large group of different collectors. And this one, wow, Mint State 68 plus full bands by NGC. It's one of the finest you'll find. This one sold for $5,175. Great looking coin. And here's a little bit tougher date right here, 1928S. Not too many of these were saved, of course, in high grades. So the search is going to be a little bit more difficult than it normally is. PCGS Mint State 65 full bands, stunner. I like it, and I even like the originality to it. It's not crazy. This one sold for $3,150. It's not the finest grade, but it's a great tier 2 collectible. And we're going to wrap things off here on $0.75 and $0.50. So we have a very nice, colorful 1963. You would almost have to find one with color during the 60s, and a nice grade. Anything above a Mint State 67 is going to garner so much massive rewards for you. So this one right here is 67 plus through NGC. Attractive coin. $1,096.88 was a sale on this one. We also did see a 1957D with that really nice crusty nebulous obverse toning there, with some mossy greens and pinks and magentas. Beautiful look. Mid-State 68 again through this one, and $2,418.75 sale. Quarters continue to just perform admirably in today's market, and toned examples are scooped up at a kind of like this next level rate. And speaking of which, you're not going to find one any more crazier than this 35S. You know, let's forget that it is a really, really insane S-Mint 1930s Washington. These things are not cheap, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to go out into the market today and look for this coin specifically without the toning and not graded, prepare to cough up $200 to $300. I mean, raw D and S coins of the 30s are scarce. I'm going through it right now because I have to look for some of those dates for an album, and they are just ridiculous. Some of them are encroaching price-wise on 32S and 32D level money. So you can only imagine that a coin with the purples and various other kind of dog dish of colors that you see on this one is like a home run. And 67 plus grade, CAC certified. It's gold shield. I'm going to actually look at the true views on this after we're all set and done here in this video, just so I could really see what it looks like. I mean, this has kind of that Halloween vibe to it. I think it's appropriate. This one sold for $5,137.88. Just a monster sale. Yeah, I love it, man. I love seeing coins like this. And the final coin on today's Monday market report has to be a special mint set 1965 Kennedy, because why not, right? The very coin that you can cherry pick out of an $8 to $10 set can provide some pretty massive cash at the end of the day. Now, what we have to look for, which is quite scarce, is going to be a coin with a very strong mirrored proof fields, ultra cameo devices, you know, that really frosty white appearance to all of the design that's in relief on this coin. NGC gave it a 67 ultra cameo, undeniably clean specimen at that. And this one sold for $2,620.12. To put it into perspective, a mid-state 67 with no ultra cameo is worth approximately $25. So that's how important the ultra cameo designation is on these. You don't even want regular cameo. You got to have the UCAM on here for it to be a worthwhile endeavor. But yeah, just amazing looking piece. All right, well, like usual, videos for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Please do collect and grade responsibly if you are going to jump into this arena. And, you know, that's going to go ahead and do it on this edition of the Monday Market Report. Would love to hear your thoughts. Did you have a favorite from today's show? And keep in mind, this list represents a smaller kind of shot at all the coins that did sell. This thing could have been like 50 coins deep. And I would have been okay with that. Well, if I had the time and attention, but yeah. Did you have a favorite today? I had a few. That 35S quarter was probably hands down one of my favorites, along with the 44D Jefferson, you know, for its color. And that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. Thank you again. I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the video and my channel if you haven't done so. And I do appreciate your guys' support. All right. Come check me out also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. We are represented on more platforms to feed your need. But I am out of here. You guys take care. Come join me on the Unsearched Roll Party tomorrow night. It's going to be a blast. And I will catch you guys on the next coin video. So long.